Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing a little gadget that I found. It's actually not that little. It's right here. It's a bread maker that I found at the thrift store. If you follow me on Instagram at all, you probably saw my Insta story that I found this lovely Zojirushi bread maker. This thing is a bit of a brick. It is old. As far as I can tell, it's probably 25 years old, but it is a Zojirushi, which I absolutely adore that brand. This little rice maker right here is a Zojirushi, and I absolutely adore it. We've had it for so many years now. I think I've had it for 15 years, and it's an absolute champion. We use it almost every day. I go to thrift stores all the time. I love finding finds. I always go through the appliances. And when I saw this, the Zojirushi logo caught my eye and said, well, let's go ahead and try that. So there are three main reasons why I'm making this video. Number one, I want to know if this machine will work. Number two, I want to make some bread in a bread maker and see how much it costs. I think this can be a really cost-effective way to make really healthy homemade bread really easily. And number three, I love the idea of a product lasting. A product that is built to last and last for a long time instead of just something that you buy and just throw away after a year because it's all made out of janky plastic parts, and then you end up replacing it the next year or even a few months. So I bought this for $12.99 at Savers, and they have a little power strip area, and I plugged it in and it went on. So I said, well, I think it works. So I went ahead and purchased it. And then last night I did a complete deep clean of this machine, and it was so much fun. In the back here, there's a little door that opens, a little hatch. And inside is a little storage cup and a measuring cup, all built inside. And then you just put it right back in the hatch, and that's that. Love that. And I've never used a bread maker before, so I'm excited to see what this is all about. But inside here, this seems pretty standard issue. You have like a bucket that the bread bakes in. At the bottom, you've got a little paddle that turns the dough. So I love the premise of a bread maker. You just dump everything in there, turn it on, and in about 4 hours, you got yourself some bread. It mixes it, it kneads it, it proofs it, and then it bakes it, cools it, and then you've got a freshly baked loaf of bread. So what I love about this is that you can set this to bake in advance. So before you go to bed, you set your timer, and then you can wake up to homemade, freshly baked bread. Brilliant. And it's better for you because there's no preservatives in it, and you can make whole wheat bread, whatever kind of bread you want, because you're making it yourself. I love baking bread. I love the process of baking bread, but let's be honest, it can be a little bit fussy in the sense that, oh no, I gotta get home because I don't want my bread to overproof. It's sitting there in a bowl, and if I don't take care of it, it's gonna be over-risen, and my bread is gonna be flat. And so bread machine technology has been around for quite a while, but let's be real, the machines can be bulky, they can take up counter space, and they can be pretty expensive. But if you buy it at a thrift store and it works, you can make bread at home for cheap. I was able to print out the instruction manual and the recipe booklet. So today I'm going to be making the quick start white bread, and this should come together in about 3 hours. So let's go ahead and get started because I want to see if this thing makes me some bread. Now with these bread making recipes, it's really important to place the ingredients in the order in which they're listed in the recipe. Reason being is we don't want the yeast to touch the liquid quite yet. So the liquid, in this case is going to be milk, is going to be warmed up, and we want the yeast not to be activated yet. So it's going to be on the very, very top, separated with a layer of flour. 1.25 cups of milk. So that is a full container of milk. 1.5 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 cups of bread flour. So bread flour contains more protein, so you're gonna have a chewier loaf. 1 package of active yeast, which is 2.25 teaspoons of yeast. I'm gonna put that right on top. Now we're gonna take the bucket, place it inside, and we're just making the basic white bread. Baking degree, you can choose dark, medium, or light. I'm gonna choose medium. And now I'm just gonna hit start. Preheating operation. So right there it says, at 1500 hours, 50 minutes, we shall have baked bread. Alrighty, so we're gonna let this sit on the countertop for 4 hours and hopefully we'll have some freshly baked bread. All right, see you in a few. I'm so excited. Okay, my lovelies, it has been 3 hours and 50 minutes and I am back. I actually went to the gym and I came home to the smell of freshly baked bread. So far, so it looks like the bread maker is working. When I came home, I also looked through the little window on the top. Since this looks like bread, I think it did it successfully, but we won't know for sure until we actually taste it. Okay, so let's get the bread out of the machine. Opening this up. Oh, it looks great. Let me show you what it looks like. There's the bread. Yeah! There is the bread. There is the bread. I'm so excited about this. Great. Thank you, Mr. Zojirushi. So the inside of this pan is a non-stick surface, much like the interior of their rice cookers. So this should come out nicely. You know, I have issues with unmolding things, but let's see. So this little part right here is what attaches the paddle to the motor. So I just gave that a little twist and the bread released. So here it is. Yeah, thank you. So inside is the paddle. I want to remove that. All right. And here's my loaf of bread. It looks great. The top of it doesn't look as smooth as I would have liked. There's a little bit of kind of knotting on the top, but the crust looks nice. It has a signature hollow sound, which is the indication of fully cooked bread. And because I'm interested to see how economical making your own bread at home is, I worked this out to be $1.72 a loaf. You certainly could bring this down even lower if you chose a different brand of flour or if you bought the flour on sale. Let's cut into our bread. Ha 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 ha. Sounding good. Oh yeah, that's looking lovely. We've got tiny little holes here. And this is the type of crumb we're looking for when we're making a sandwich bread loaf. Okay, let's cut another piece. Cuts really nicely. As you can hear, there's a nice crust. Oh, that's looking lovely. Ah, look at the slice of bread. So perfect. So happy about this. Itadakimasu. Because we use bread flour, it has a really nice chew to it. It's still very soft and tender, but unlike sandwich bread that you get at the grocery store, which is just soft and squishy, this has a nice little chew to it. A little bit of a stretch and some substance. Nice amount of salt in there. There's also salt in the butter that we included on top. It's just absolutely delicious. The crust is nice and crunchy, especially if you eat it fresh out of the oven. I think once you wrap this in plastic to store it, this crust will soften, but freshly baked, can't be beat. Now, I want some honey, I want some jam, but honestly, it really doesn't need it. It's just really good just as it is. So there you have it. It is indeed possible to make beautiful, lovely, tasty, homemade bread in a vintage thrift store find. The Zojirushi bread maker circa, I'm not even sure, maybe 1989, 92, old bread maker is my point. So once I make bread for 2 weeks, I will recoup the amount of money that I paid for the maker. So definitely economical and delicious and super, super easy. If you go to the thrift store and you pick up one of these bread makers and decide to make bread, please share your results with me on social media. I want to see your beautiful bread. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!